Did you hear? We got new things to be thinking about. Many people woke up and didn't believe their eyes when they laid eyes on this. That's right, intercontinental ballistic missile. This is not clickbait and this is not a drill. A lot of people saying this wasn't gonna happen, but then this happened.
Tonight, anxious hours after Ukraine fired American-made long-range missiles called atacms at a nuclear-armed Russia for the first time, according to two US officials. It comes just days after the White House approved their use outside Ukraine's borders. Tonight, President Putin has lowered the bar for Russia's use of nuclear weapons. Under a new nuclear doctrine, Russia could deploy its arsenal if attacked by a non-nuclear country allied with a nuclear state, a message unmistakably directed at Ukraine and the US.
Did Russia just take the gloves off? I'm getting sent stuff left and right from preppers, awareness news people. They're all saying to prep now. So with that, let's get you some of this current information so you're up to par with what's happening now. My name is Cohen here at Riverside Homestead, and if you're brand new here, welcome. If you guys are into prepping tips, emergency preparedness, and most of all, news and awareness, stuff that you want to know about, be sure to hit that notification bell so you guys can stay up to date. Let's jump into this one. Okay, so for safety measures, this video is intended for entertainment purposes only. Do your own research. Thank you guys for starting this video off with a like. It does help the channel out and helps it reach more folks. I'm gonna go over some of the stuff that I'm getting sent, and I like to take this with a grain of salt, but I can give you a lot of what's just happened so you guys are in the know. Paints a better picture of, are we going to have WW3? Is it gonna get in the way of transfer of presidency? I can't tell you what's going to happen, but I can share with you what's going around. So if you haven't seen it, this video is circling all over the web, all over social media platforms, reporting that Russia did something that no one thought they'd do. End result, having a lot of people saying prep now. Here from Newsweek, they're saying for the first time since the beginning of the full-scale invasion of Ukraine, says Russia has launched an intercontinental ballistic missile ICBM targeting Ukraine, specifically the city of Dnipro, according to a statement from the Ukraine Air Force on Thursday. Not sure you guys know, but this type of missile could be carrying the big boom. It's capable is what I'm hearing. And clearly it's unstoppable. They're saying that the development marks a significant escalation in conflict with Dnipro, a key city in central Ukraine, now subjected to the use of long-range weaponry typically associated with strategic military objectives. So by the sounds of it, they got the green light and then did it and then got some repercussions. And now we're ticking off the bear. It says the Ukrainian Air Force stated on Telegram that Russia launched a series of missile strikes on Ukraine, escalating its offensive with the launch of an ICBM from the Astrakhan region. In particular, the intercontinental ballistic missile was launched from an Astrakhan region of the Russian Federation, the Air Force said. Another thing circulating with all this is that something escalated to a certain level, that this could get in the way of things changing, transferring regarding presidency. Right here, also buzzing from Newsweek, Bannon suggests Biden's Ukraine missile plan intended to stop Trump's peace deal. So is that why they got the green light? Let's check that clip one more time before I show you another one that's super interesting.
Tonight, anxious hours after Ukraine fired American-made long-range missiles called atacms at a nuclear-armed Russia for the first time, according to two US officials. It comes just days after the White House approved their use outside Ukraine's borders.
Now right there, don't you find that a little bit ironic? That's what I'm saying. We never know what's gonna happen, but we gotta pay attention and read between the lines.
Tonight, President Putin has lowered the bar for Russia's use of nuclear weapons. Under a new nuclear doctrine, Russia could deploy its arsenal if attacked by a non-nuclear country allied with a nuclear state, a message unmistakably directed at Ukraine and the US.
I'm Kelly O'Donnell in Rio de Janeiro at the G20 summit, where dozens of international leaders have been gathered, including President Biden and Russia's Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov, who today called the Ukrainian missile attack an escalation. And he talked about Putin making changes to how Russia could use its nuclear arsenal.
We are strongly in favor of doing everything not to allow nuclear war to happen.
As for the atacms, Ukraine says they will help resist a Russian offensive supported by North Korean troops just months before President-elect Trump takes office and is expected to demand a deal. Ukraine today marking 1,000 days of war with Russia, with talks on the horizon, but no sign of compromise.
What do you guys think? Put it down in the comments. I'm really curious to hear what your guys' perspective is on this. Me, I don't even like going to this subject. I don't want to paint any false flags, but the fact of the matter is that this stuff actually did happen and could be getting worse. So why are these ICBMs so scary? In the rest of this article, it says the ICBMs are capable of striking targets thousands of miles away and are designed to deliver nuclear warheads. Ding, 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 ding. And the fact that this thing got through, that can kind of tell you what measure we're at. However, they can also be equipped with conventional warheads, making them versatile weapons in strategic and tactical military operations. But this has extensions. The development comes as the war has taken on a growing international dimension with the arrival of North Korea troops to help Russia on the battlefield. And when they say Russia holds the world's largest stockpile of nuclear weapons, narrowly surpassing the United States, together Moscow and Washington control the vast majority of global nuclear arsenal. A dominance that underscores the enduring power dynamics of Cold War era nuclear arms races. As the Greek physician Hippocrates said, desperate times call for desperate measures. I'm not trying to hype this up, but this is the first time any country has went to this level. Someone told me something about a prepping list. Yes, I do realize that this is Amazon Prime Week and you can get stuff for a good deal. So I will leave a list down in the description of prepping items that you could consider getting at a discount. But let's check this out. I'm always, when it comes to world news, I want to hear what India has to say, because a lot of times they've got a different perspective than the United States news. All right, I can't play that because they just littered it with music that's going to hit me with copyright. So what they actually said from the India news is, yes, Ukraine sent out a bunch of shots that they're saying US approved. Then Russia retaliated at a whole new level, something that's never been done before. So I'm curious, do you guys think that this is going to escalate into something? Are you part of the group that says, I think this is all games, I think this is all controlled? Or are we going to be even closer to something that none of us want to see? Reuters take, coming out just 18 minutes ago, Russia fires intercontinental ballistic missile in attack on Ukraine, Kiev says. The summary of their story, Ukraine's Air Force says Russia fired an ICBM. The US officials say it was intermediate range, and Ukraine fired Western weapons into Russia this week. Interesting that that's way down at the bottom, almost like it came afterwards. Just the weird things I pick up. Tensions rising in 33-month-old war. So don't get me wrong, I'm not defending Russia, I'm not defending Ukraine. What I'm getting at here is there's some heavy conflict that's got some buzz and definitely has some breaking news headlines. As always, I hope that this doesn't escalate to anything, but it's good for us not to be in the dark and be aware of what's actually going on out there. So me, just a lowly YouTuber, I can't tell you that any of this is true, but it can give you a track to run on to do a little bit more investigation if that's something you want to do. As always, I try to stay prepared. If you guys aren't totally prepared yet, I'll leave a list down in the description to help you out. Some of the things will have extra discounts just because of what week it is. Anyway, guys, just trying to keep you guys informed. I got a lot more coming down the pipe on different avenues. If you want to stay informed, be sure that notification bell is on, because as I always say, I got a lot more coming down the pipe. Keep prepping, keep learning, keep doing, guys. We'll see you on the next one.